Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to today's episode of Spilling the Spiritual Tea with your host, Linda Plays, your psychic medium spiritual advisor. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different because I think it's really important to remind ourselves how we're all just normal people. And I was having this conversation with my brother recently because I felt very defeated because you go online and everything just looks perfect. People have perfect houses, perfect families, perfect everything. And so I was feeling really down because it's just me. So when I show up here on our podcast, when I'm posting online, I don't have a team of people taking that footage and transforming it into something beautiful. I don't have someone to edit this podcast or create my videos and make them amazing. It's just me. And so sometimes we get down on ourselves thinking we're not doing enough, it's not good enough. And the answer is really, yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you are showing up for yourself, if you are listening to that calling deep inside and taking action on that every day, despite what everybody else does, despite what it looks like in somebody else's world, you're still showing up. I want you to be really proud of that. I had a deep conversation with my spirit guide recently about this exact same thing because God told me, as long as I help just one person a day, I am doing my job. And I think because of this online space, we think we have to have huge, massive impacts all over the world. But here's the thing, that one person has a ripple effect. So yeah, just helping one person helps a lot of people. And so when you kind of step back and think of it that way, I think it's really, really cool. Just think of like when you're raising your child and they grow up to be this adult. Well, now they're out there having impact. And that's because of you. And that's because of the actions you took and the things that you did and what you invested in. Did you do it all right? Absolutely not. But I promise you, if you're listening to that calling, things are going to fall into place. So no, my podcast is not perfect. I do not have an amazing introduction. I do not have the best editing. You're probably going to hear me breathe and take a breath or sniffle because I don't know how to edit, but I'm doing the best I can. And I so want you to do the same thing. My videos, my reels on Instagram, they're not good. They're not good. But my heart and soul goes into every single one. I'm showing up because I know somebody out there needs to hear what I have to say. Today's reel was talking about how spirits are everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. They're not just floating up in the sky. They're not up in the universe. They are all around you all the time. So when people think of ghosts, most often they're not. It's their loved ones. And so those are right there in front of you all the time. And when you start to tune into that frequency, things start to change for you. Not only is it a hell of a lot easier to connect with your loved ones, it's a hell of a lot easier to connect with your spirit guides and 100% easier to connect with God, Jesus, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. Because when you learn how to tune in for you, gonna be different for everybody. But when you learn your trick to tuning in, not only do you get to hear, you get to listen, you get to change things, but you really feel that connection where you can pour your heart and soul out. And I promise they're listening. They are listening to you. But when you are talking to the wall, when you feel like nobody's listening, maybe you're reading your Bible or going to church and you're praying, nothing's happening in your life, is because you are looking at other people thinking it needs to come in a certain way. My life needs to look like that. Their answers need to look like that. And they don't. They don't. And the moment we start to give ourselves grace, the moment we start to say, hey, I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to keep trying. We're not just giving up. We're not just washing our hands, say, this is the best I can, I can't do anything better. No, we are saying, hey, I'm doing the best I can. And when I learn more and I try and I practice and I keep going, that's when things get better. When I was meditating, which I think is funny, I have a friend, she's like, people would take mushrooms to have this kind of meditation trip that you're on. But my meditations are very real, very vivid. And my spirit guide, Jesus, God, they take full control and they lead me where I need to go. I get those lessons that I need. I let go and I let it be. I don't try to control the situation because when I do, they tell me to get back there. They're like, no, we're not done. We're doing it our way. And that's where those big lessons are learned. But if you don't know how to do that, how are you going to do it? How are you going to make that magic happen? And so that's why the circle is there, to help teach you how to do that. And I think trusting in yourself and trusting that no matter which way things come in, they are the right way for you. And I think that's a struggle a lot of people have, because I talk to a lot of people, I do a lot of readings, and it's sad when I hear someone say, I want to give up. I want to give up. Why would you want to do that? Why? God put something in you for a reason. You went through the hell, you went through the mountains you climbed, the trauma created to take you to this very moment of amazingness and awesomeness that you can have an impact in this world. And you're just like, I'm going to throw it away. It's too hard. It's too hard. Maybe you have a dream of being a nurse and things aren't working out for you, or you don't like blood. Maybe you want to be a teacher, but you can't find a job. But there's other ways that you can heal, teach, guide, and support other people and still fill your role in this world, because we all have a role to play. Every single one of us. And I talk about themes and challenges inside the circle, because we all have them. We all carry the same theme from life to life. We carry the same challenge from life to life. And if we don't learn our lessons and we don't seem to grow, then we have to come back and keep going until we get there. And these themes and challenges are all over the place. Mine is psychic, and I'll share this openly because I'm not embarrassed to share, but I do share it inside the circle, that there are 3 lives that I lived that in the past that my guide says were hugely impactful into the life that I live now. And one of those was I lived in Atlantis, and I was a healer and a psychic, and everything was really peaceful and really, really good. My gifts were accepted. I helped people every day, and everything was really, really good. And everybody in my home, they died, and I died trying to help everyone else. And another life that I lived, I was a witch. And of course, complete opposite. It's not accepted and loved and appreciated and used. I was ridiculed and hurt and disgusted by people, were disgusted by me. And so obviously that was not a good life. I was shunned and shamed for the same gift that was welcomed and loved in a previous life. And then from that life, I went and I was a coal miner. And in that life, I died in the coal mine. And I was putting everybody else, that they had a rescue mission, and I kept sending everybody else. They could go. And I ended up dying down there. And my soul internalized that. I wasn't worth saving. And the reality is I saved everybody else, but I didn't think of that. I died because I wasn't worth saving. And I talk about this because my life challenge is worth. My challenge from every single life that I've lived is that I am worth things. I am worth being loved. I am worth fighting for. I am worth it. And so that challenge shows up in so many different ways. And your challenge will be different than mine. And my theme of psychic shows up in the coal miner. I did not tell a soul. I kept that to myself, because let's be real, you get beaten and burned and killed as a witch. You ain't going to come back and start telling everybody. And so I hid that. And now I'm in this life where I'm not hiding it, but that challenge of just allowing myself to just show up is huge. And I had a amazing conversation with Jesus the other day, because I wanted to be healed. I was like, I am done with all this pain. And you know what he said? He said, I could heal you. He's like, but you got to do it yourself. And I think so many people are looking for someone else to fix them, someone else to do the work. And as he said to me, I could do that, but you got to do it. So is that a bummer? 100%. But he did take me to those moments where that I'm not worth fighting for, I'm not worth it moment came up. And that was when my dad passed away. And I had to watch it. And I got to tell you, I was sobbing in my office, just watching and reliving this experience, this moment that changed me forever. And my dad had passed away. And I remember just crying in my living room and asking him, why wasn't I worth fighting for? Oh, can you imagine your soul? Your challenge is your worth. And those are the thoughts that you feel when your dad passes away that you weren't fighting for. Now, of course, as a psychic, a medium, I talk to dead people all the time. I know how life works. I know you don't get called home unless it's your time. I know it was my dad's time. However, as a daughter, that's different. It hits different. It really hits differently. So I just walked through that moment myself recently. And did it hurt to feel all that again? 100%. But it's healing. It's so healing. And what I was told as Jesus walked me through this experience, and he said, this is your last life if you can conquer this. If you can conquer this challenge of worth, it's your last life. And let me tell you, that is worth fighting for, because I'm tired. I'm tired of this life and the negativity. And I think actually I would like to come back as a spirit guide and really help people. So we all have one challenge that we carry from life to life until we can really heal from it. And this is my healing life. This is the one where I fight for me. And that's huge, because I don't do that. I put on all this extra weight, and it was because I wasn't worth fighting for. And so now I know 100% I am worth fighting for. And as I had that conversation with Jesus, and he said, not only is it your last life, but if you do this, all those dreams and goals, all those things you've been pursuing is on the other side of that. You got to fight for it. And if you're still listening to me, I want to say thank you, but I want you to sit today and really think, what do you need to do in your life right now? And maybe you need to hand it over and say, hey, I need some help. What is keeping me stuck? Because when we stay stuck, we're not growing, and you'll probably end up coming back here for another round around the rodeo, right? And we don't want to do that. It's hard here. Some people in the circle, they are excited. They cannot wait to see what their next life is going to be. I've had enough. But I'm sharing these things with you because I feel like I'm not alone in it. I'm not alone in feeling like there's something wrong. What is wrong with me? Why can't I? Why are all these people over here doing so amazing and I'm over here struggling? And the answer is we have to do what we came here to do. We came here to do things. So there is a big list of themes. Mine is psychic, but there's losers, there's advocates, there's healers, humanitarians. There's people that their whole theme is being emotional and sensitive and learning how to live life like that. There's martyrs, and the list goes on. We're all here for a reason. And we come with these themes so that we can be specialists in them. It's what we are here to do. It's what we are amazing at. And then we can help others when we're on the other side. Because let me tell you, eternity is a really long time to be floating around on clouds playing a harp. We want something to do. So maybe your whole theme is taking care of animals. You're going to do that. You're going to help heal. And there's so much on the other side that we do and interact with here. So your theme is your specialty. It's who you are at the core, what you're here to do, how you help humanity. Some sound really, really good and amazing. There's a couple of life themes where it's like, I live the simple life. I live a wealthy life and everything comes to me. Everything I touch turns to gold. That is someone's theme, and they will use that to help other people. So some seem amazing, but there's struggles in everything, absolutely everything. For instance, that life theme where everything you touch turns to gold, everything flows to you. Those people really struggle a lot of the times with actually creating stuff of value, like true value in their life. And so every single life theme, every single one, mine sounds great, right? Seeing spirits, talking to spirits, seeing the future. That sounds awesome and amazing. But let me tell you, it comes with a lot of darkness too. It comes with a lot of pain. It comes with a lot of fear. It comes with fighting constantly to keep that darkness out. And that can be absolutely terrifying. It comes with ridicule and shame and suffering and so much more. But yeah, it's really cool too. When I can see your loved one standing beside you and give you that peace, pass their messages along, or just that hello that they want to share with you, it makes it all worth it. It makes it worth all that other stuff that I have to experience. Growing up and being alone, not having anyone to talk to about the things I was feeling and going through, it makes it all worth it because you're getting the peace that you need. So I don't want anyone to compare their theme to another, because everyone has goods and bads. Everyone is going to have amazing traits to it, and everyone is going to have those horrible, heart-wrenching ones. Every challenge is the exact same. Some are going to be amazing and some are going to be such a struggle. And knowing what they are is huge, which is why I started offering the heart and soul readings to begin with, because yes, I want to know what's happening in this life. Like, let's be real. What is going on right now in my life? But now let's step back and take a bigger look at that. What is happening for my soul? Why the heck am I here? What is ahead in my life map? What does that look like for me? And depending on which route I take, which is the best way for me to go? And so I absolutely love these because it helps people really look at their life in a whole different way. Like, it's not just moment to moment. There's this whole plan set out in front of you, and you get to decide which way you go. It's rarely a straight line to get to a destination. We have turns to make and roundabouts to go through, and it's the same thing with life. And when you kind of have that map, you're like, okay, this is where I am. I got to go through this roundabout. This is an obstacle I got to go through. Okay, we got to stop and we got to eat. So we got to do some stuff over here. We have these pit stops along the way where we get to decide, let's use the food sample. Maybe we have Italia, maybe we have sushi. Both of those, maybe the sushi upsets your stomach. So that's going to send you on a whole new way. And the Italian is a little bit easier. So everyone is different. But those challenges, those obstacles, they are going to show up for everyone. I do have like a sample of what your life map looks like. Like, check that out if you are watching the video. It is beautiful and amazing, and probably not what you expected. Probably not even close to what you expected it to be. But I'm going to tell you one thing. It's eye-opening, and it helps you stay on track, because guaranteed, just like me, just like today, feeling hard and heavy, not good enough, it's just me showing up. Just like that, when you have those moments, you can look at your life chart and go, okay, I got this. Things are a little iffy right now, but guess what? I have an opportunity coming ahead that's going to change everything. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to wake up. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, and I'm going to keep going, because that's the beauty in life. We can always keep going. We can always change, and we can completely change directions. It's one of the greatest gifts we were given, the free will to choose. Nothing is ever forced on you. And I think that's a very, very beautiful thing. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I didn't choose this. 100% you chose everything. Absolutely everything from the day one. From day one, you chose who you want to be, who your parents were going to be. You chose everything. And then you get here and we hit some bumps in the road. You might have been bullied. You might have been assaulted. You might have lost jobs and friends and all the things, all the human experience that we beat ourselves up for, that we're like, this is horrible. This is traumatic. We came here to experience, because I'm going to tell you a secret. On the other side, we know what love feels like. We know what anger feels like. We know what it feels like. But we come to this life to feel it, to feel what it feels like in that moment. That's why we're here, guys. So when you're going and making stories about your trauma and your triggers and your problems from your past and blaming your parents for how you live, you came here for that. You came here to experience that, to learn from it, to grow from it, to see what it does to you. That's what we came for. So the next time you're sad, when you're having those moments where you just have had enough, take a deep breath, smile to yourself. You're like, I got this because I chose it and I can change it. I got this because I chose it and I can change it. We get to write the story of how each thing affects us. And if you're like, well, I can't change the past. It's like, no, you can't change the past, but you can forgive it. You can thank it for showing up in your life and the lessons that you got, and then you get to choose how you move forward. You can change how it affected you. You can say, you know what, this happened to me and it broke me. It broke me to the core. And then you know what I did? I got back up. That's a story. Not it broke me and I stayed there and just turned into a vegetable and died. No, I fought. I came back. I saw myself. I knew I was here for a reason. I am going to do something amazing with it. And that's really what I want to talk to you guys about today. You're here for a reason. And on those heavy, dark days like I have, where I'm just like, I pour love into myself, and I want you to do the same. Pour love into yourself. Walk away from the moment of what is happening, and then step back into it when you're ready. You don't have to do everything every day. You just got to do your best every day. And it's going to look different for everyone. Every day is going to look different. So stop telling yourself it has to be the same every day, because it's not going to be. I have a wonderful plan in my planner on how my day is going to unfold. Does it unfold that way? Usually not. But do I get all the stuff done that I need to? Absolutely. So as long as you have a plan and you are flexible with your plan, your spirit guides are going to help you get through there with ease, and it's going to feel really, really good. And when you do that, when you kind of say, hey, I'm open for help, what's the best way to do this? Not only are you going to get everything done on your list, not only is it going to feel really, really good, but then you're going to free yourself up to actually really start to enjoy the stuff that you're doing. I want you to enjoy every moment of it. Whether it's a job that you hate, I guarantee you there's something about that job that feels good. It could be a coworker that smiles and is friendly with you. Whatever that is, hold on until you can get to the next part, because I promise you the next part is coming. If you are wondering when your next part is coming, where your next obstacle, opportunity is coming, let's book a reading and find out. I will make you your life map. We'll look at it together and see what is ahead for you, because you don't have to do it alone. And if you are just wondering what it is you need to do, step one is start connecting with who you are. That's it. Start connecting with who you are. Step two, start connecting with your source. Let's get you connected to who made you and why you're here. Let's get connected to that part of you inside, because let's be real, source is inside. Let's connect to that, and then let's connect to our guides. It's a process. We have to start somewhere, and that somewhere starts with inside. So if you're ready to do that, let's chat, because you're not alone. You're going to have good days and bad days. I promise you that if you are gentle with yourself, you let it go and you just show up, you say, this is why I'm here. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it, because this is the best way that I can do it. This is all I know right now. And this is what I'm going to do, because it feels good. It feels good. And if it feels good, it's right for you. If it feels wrong, if it feels bad, it's not right for you, and you can let that go. And you don't have to feel bad about it at all. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel guilty. If it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good, and it's not for you. It's not for you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I was a little bit more raw than I usually am, sharing some of those deeper things, but I think it's important that we start to do that. And I'm going to do that a whole lot more on the podcast, and just sharing a little bit more, because I think that it is real, and I think people need to see real. Instead of all that perfect stuff that's out there, we need to see real. We need to experience real. We need to see it for ourselves. And I hope that this episode felt real to you, because it was 100% real for me. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you are ready to start working with me, then send me a message and we'll find out what is the best thing for you to do. It could be a reading. It could be joining the circle. Let's chat and find out. All right, guys, bye now.